Good morning. Been asked to put three of my little mm, thoughts on tape regarding, in this case, it'll be the three that I'll choose today will be Man on Pause. I don't know if I've ever put it on tape, but no, I've said it a few times to people. Um, we'll do the Viagra versus Cialis. And I'd be smelly. All right, so let's start with, I might as well just do it in the order I say. So, if I don't get them all done on this tape, because it uploads for so long before I can put it on YouTube, you might be done in three, but it'll show us one of two, two, three. Bah, bah. All right, I'm just getting started here, so we'll see how this works out. Minute in. All right, so. Man on Pause. My Man on Pause whole thing came about because, this is actually a lot of my jokes and comments are going to be, or stories are going to be relatable to the baby boomers, which people don't think they're on the computers, but they are now. I mean, they had to keep up on their kids, so they've learned a lot. And they've got a lot of life experience, which obviously I do too. So having that in common, it may hit the mark for them more than others, but that's okay. They're still alive. They should still be able to have a laugh or two. So, Man on Pause, obviously, well, maybe not obvious to everyone, but menopause, or as I call it, Man on Pause. And you may say, what do you mean, Man on Pause? Menopause is a tough time for women. Well, of course it's a tough time for women, and I shall have to do a skit later about men down below myself too, actually, won't I? And I will. But anyway, so Man on Pause. I find that I've been through three relationships where the ladies were all at different times going through their menopause years. Some are actually still in it because it can go anywhere from like 1 month to 20, 30 years. It's terrible. And for those that get the long haul, I feel very, very sorry for you. And I feel very, very sorry for whoever's your better half. Male, female, doesn't matter. Dog, cat, well, maybe dog, cat does matter. The problem for everyone that's going through it is the obvious things, but it's also the roll-off effects to their mates. I'm sure now that I brought it up, those that have experienced it know where I'm headed with this and what I'm going to talk about. The sweats, right? The sweats are one of the most terrible things. The hot and the cold. You go to bed and they'll put the heat and bat on themselves because they're freezing and snuggle all up to you. About 10, 15 minutes later, they'll start overheating and you'll start feeling this really, really warmth against you, which is actually nice for the first few seconds, and then it becomes kind of like damp and moist. Their whole body starts to sweat, and then the blankets gets thrown back, and they're complaining about it being so hot. And why don't you understand? And it's similar to, from my point of view, from the guy's point of view, it's similar to like a really bad period, right? They're just cranky. They're upset. Can't blame them. They're cold. They're hot. They're wet. They're dry. It's pretty bad. Pretty sad. And of course, that affects other things. Where the Man on Pause comes from is like, you have to kind of pause. You have to have patience, which as an older person you should have by now. So you have to have the patience to wait for those few moments where you both are going to feel like it, the sexual stuff, and you're going to both get going on it as fast as you can, because just like when you used to have babies that would wake up and you have to hurry up and have it while they're in their nap, it becomes like that for this Man on Pause time where if you don't catch her right at the right moment, she's going to start overheating and get cranky, and it's not going to be fun for either of you because the sweat isn't sweat that you guys are earning. It's just drippy sweat, period. All right, so that's Man on Pause. My apologies to all ladies that have to go through it. My sincere sympathy for all men that have to endure it, because it's no different than when a lady was in her period and she was grumpy and cranky at you and you didn't do anything wrong. But that's the beauty of growing old together. All right, I even see flashes, so we're gonna let this one go. It's probably got the 5-minute limit, and we'll get into the other ones on the next one. Cheers.